Hi, and welcome back to The Positive Side with Lar and Shar. I'm Larry Rifkin, sitting beside me, my creative partner, Sharon Pinoni. And I think we want to pick up from what we were discussing previously, which we were discussing meditation, we were discussing stilling our mind,
commitment,
discipline, and we were tying it in because of a program that's going on right now with Deepak Chopra and Oprah.
21-day meditation.
Yes, and
which is still going on.
It is still going on, and if you would like information on it and to see it, go to our website and under blog, and you'll be able to join it and become involved with this program.
Yeah, we just have hyperlinks to it, and you can join in the middle. That's the cool thing too. Some people are like,
"Oh, I missed the first day.
Right, so I'm not going to do it." That's an excuse. That's what we were talking about, in the previous show, that we make our brain gives us that little monkey chatter, and we create our own excuses.
Absolutely, and when we talk about making a commitment and discipline in order to get us further on our path, we don't allow excuses. Whatever pops up, we find a way around, through, over, under. It doesn't matter. As you know, I'm dealing with a major health issue of a child right now. That has changed my entire life. But there are things that I'm committed to that, even though the way that I'm doing it has changed, what I'm doing to get there hasn't changed. It's not a barrier. It's just a way of going around something, an issue that comes up.
Yeah, and the thing is too that I think that is important to say is, a year from now, when we look back, this, whether you're going through a time of struggle or whether you're whatever it is that you're going through, it'll be a moment in time. So the reason that I'm saying that is, you can either go a whole year, let a whole year go by and not make some changes that you want because you've made excuses for yourself or why you couldn't do it now. And why? Like you said, why not find your way around whatever it is and make it work now? So you can look back a year from now and go, wow, I'm glad I did that starting a year ago because I'm here now. I'm this much further along.
Absolutely, and that's the object on our spiritual journey, on our spiritual path, is to each day be a little bit better, make us a little bit better, and to come a little bit further. And all of this takes a commitment. Yeah. It takes a commitment, and it takes discipline
and changing our thoughts,
mindset.
Yeah, I did a talk recently, and we were talking about thoughts and how our thoughts are tied to our beliefs. So I asked everybody and engage me on this. So I want you to close.
Scary word, another one of my dirty words.
So I want you to close your eyes for a minute and think of, okay, pink. And when I say to you, pink elephant.
Okay.
Do you see a pink elephant?
Absolutely.
Okay. So now I say to you, rainbow.
Absolutely.
Okay, so my point is, that's how quickly you can change your thoughts. It's just a thought. The tough part is that our thoughts are tied to our beliefs. So if you start changing your thought, then you can start changing your beliefs, and it's easier, I find, for myself to keep my commitment to myself, because I start to question, if my thoughts are just that easy to change, then it gives me time to actually question my beliefs. Well, is that, was that a pink elephant? Was that a rainbow? You know what I mean? It's that quick.
It is that quick, and it's that quick to change our thoughts, but to have them permeate into our soul.
That's
and
the belief
into our
part.
Being. And that is the belief part, and that is the knowing.
I believe I can do this. I believe I can lose weight. I believe I can quit smoking. I believe I can do, yeah.
Like I know,
do meditation.
Like I know. And
he knows.
The harder the challenge, which Okay, put it out there. For me, it's quitting smoking right now because of my son's health. I have no choice. It's not a matter of I want to now, this is better, which I've known all that, and it's a horrible habit, and I wish that it was never invented. But to change is something that I've been doing since 14 years old, every day.
And it is a very, very hard thing to quit, because you heard me say in the earlier tape the first time I quit, there is an addiction. I don't care what anybody says.
Absolutely,
there is an addiction
but everybody
connected,
will agree with that.
Yeah, to smoking. It is not an easy thing to give up. That's where I mentioned the last one. I think tying something in like this 21-day meditation with it can help calm you and get our minds set where we want to go.
Yes, and whatever it is that you tie into it, because that is one of the tools in my toolbox. Tying it, my biggest tie-in is my son's health. That's what I have to tie into this. I want to quit. I want my son to be healthier. I want him to be able to breathe.
And he wants that for you.
Without laboring, yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. And so this is something that I'm going to do, and how I started. And I think getting back to the premise of this show again is I meditate, and I put myself into a state of relaxation. And again, as we talk about this all the time, I can only talk about me. I start with breathing. He talks about
himself all the time.
Yes. I start with my breathing exercise and the wind energy, and getting and circulating the air and the oxygen all through my body and coming out. And then still my mind and slow my thoughts and put myself into a place where I can see what it is that I want, where it is that I'm going. I saw myself a year ago as a thinner man, not a thin man, but as a thinner man.
How do you feel about yourself right now? Lay it out. Be honest. Put it out there.
Specifically about the weight?
Yeah, how do you feel about yourself right now? Because you brought that up, that you were, started exercising again, and
yes.
Do you have a new goal?
I have a challenge in my life. Again, I don't want to stress on it. I have a challenge in my life with one of my children, so I did stop exercising. And during the time that I stopped, and this challenge has been going on for 4 months now. During the time that I stopped, of course, my gym membership expired. Of course. So now I could have stopped exercising, and I could have very easily, because my son is on very high dosages of steroids and his appetite is unbelievable, and he wants to go to the all-you-can-eat buffet, and it's easy, and it used to be. My mindset before was, if I go to the all-you-can-eat buffet, if I eat 5 dishes or more, I win. If I eat 5 dishes or less, I lose.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. I can go now. The boys can eat as much as they want. I'll have 1 plate. Yeah. That's it, and I'm done. And that's what I put on it. But this is where I see myself. I did have, you asked me specifically, and I did stop in the beginning of Max's issues working out. And I think probably, other than myself, as an outside person, you saw the change that it had on me more than anybody else. And it did. It had a major impact on me, on everything that I was doing. I recommitted to it again. I stopped for 90 days or 80 days, something like that. And I'm doing it again. And I have the same feeling that I had for the past year when I worked out, which is, as I'm going to do it and while I'm doing it, I go, God, I don't want to be doing this. I hate this, please. And then as soon as I'm done, I go, I'm so glad I did that. Yeah. I feel so much better. And
my like I said, for me, I was very disciplined, and I can tell you when my discipline stopped, and it was around July of last year. And what happened was, I started giving my commitment that I had to myself. I started giving that time, that discipline that I had of doing it at a certain time of the day. I gave that time away to other people. I allowed other people to be more important than myself with that time. So from July until now, we're in March of 2013. It started, softly. Maybe I was running every day of the week. Maybe I'd only end up running, 3 days a week. And then all of a sudden, I kept giving it away, and the discipline went away. For me, like I said, I have to, 1, make the commitment, 2, make it bigger than myself, and 3, I have to commit myself to that particular time and space and recognize that I'm worth that time. There's 24 hours in a day, and if I am going to take 1 hour out of that time, that I am worth that 1 hour.
Yes, you are worth it, and our goals are worth it. What we aspire to is worth it. And in order for us to know what it is that we want, again, and coming back to the premise of this show, which is about meditating, about stilling our mind, about cutting off the chatter, and coming inside of ourselves and looking for it.
Yeah, and something just passed my head because I just heard what I said. I am worth it. And Joel Osteen, who's another spiritual leader, he has a quote that says, "Whatever follows I am is what you'll attract. You'll attract." So if I'm saying I am worth it, then the values, you know what I mean? So I just heard that. I was outside of my thoughts in that moment.
I am thinner.
Yeah.
Not thin, but thinner. Yes. Everything that we want in life, that we work towards, that we make a commitment to, that we apply discipline to, takes a change in our thoughts and a change in our habits. And this starts, or at least for me, what I do, this starts with me going inside and having a talk to myself, and meditating, which is what I do when I meditate, is I go inside. And
let me ask you a question though. Do you meditate? Do you give yourself a space? Do you sit where there's, the kids aren't running in and out, that you're not being disturbed by the TV being on or the radio? I mean, do you set yourself in a space?
I try to do it in between the 6th and 7th inning of a ball game. Yes, I do. The same space every day. And in my space, there's no exterior stimulus coming in. There's no music. There's no TV. There's no anything. I do try to, on a sunny day, make sure the sun's coming through. I love that sunbeam. And I do it on
the clocks. I love this time of year.
Yes, we did just change the clocks in the past 24 hours, past 48 hours. And I also have a special time that I meditate, which is when I first get up. It's how I start my day. And there are different levels of meditating, because I also find that I meditate when I do part of my meditation is doing my affirmations and my gratification. I find I do that a lot when I'm in the car and I talk, because I do very different than most people, or a lot. I actually do mine out loud.
Yeah. Well, and I want to just bring Deepak into this, because there's no right or wrong to this, but I'm just learning from him. So the one thing that was a question that came up at the beginning of the meditation was, when I'm saying, the mantra that he gives us, say it out loud. He said, no, do not say it out loud. Say it in your head, because you kind of want to bring yourself into your head. And the other thing is to not ask yourself questions or focus on a dream or anything like that, because what he's saying, the whole importance of meditation is stilling the mind and clearing it of thoughts. So if we're looking at, our future or our dreams, we're actually putting thoughts in there. So
again, how difficult this is.
Yeah.
This is not something that you can just sit down and go, okay, I'm going to clear my mind and still my mind and just go into my
But it's the discipline. I mean, you've said it several times in many of our shows before, and I grab hold of it and learn from it that, sometimes what we commit to seems very daunting, seems very large, like a big elephant in the room. And you've said, you can't eat an elephant by, biting off the ear. So, if you're going to commit to something, whether it be this meditation or losing weight or quitting smoking or exercising or, not swearing anymore, or whatever it is, just do it for that. When you pick that time for yourself, do it for that. Don't think about, I have to do this every day at this time. Think about today. In this 24-hour period, I'm going to do it for me, whatever time works for you.
Absolutely, and I
then do it again.
I agree with that, and what Sharon was referencing, in a previous life, I ran corporations, and I used to have meetings, and each one of my meetings, I had a name of it or a theme of it. And one that I ran every couple of months was titled, "You Can't Eat an Elephant All in One Bite." Mm-hmm. You get this goal, and it's so big, and it's so overwhelming that it's so easy to say, I can't accomplish that. I had no idea I was going to lose 120 pounds. I was looking to lose, 40, whatever. If I would have put that out there, that's what I was trying to do, I would have failed.
Yeah.
Because it was too much. It was, it was never in my imagination. But if you take it and you break it down to the smallest areas or the smallest action steps and say, you know what? I just want to stop eating sugary candy today. I just want to stop eating things that are high in carbs today. I can do that. Mm-hmm. When I sit and say I want to lose 100 pounds, I mean, that's more than you weigh. I mean, that's more than people. That's
Thank you.
Seriously, that's a lot, and I would have never done it. I would have the first hurdle I came to would have.
Yeah.
I would have said that's it. I can't do it.
It takes courage to step out, and I have to be honest with you. I got a visual when he said in his previous life he was this, because I actually pictured him as a genie on a magic carpet flying through the air. I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe that was the previous life. My imagination was going, but yes, I mean. It's not, but that's why, one of the reasons why we do shows is to share our experiences, and, we love to hear from you and hear your experiences, and I get healthier, and I heal, and I learn just as much from this. This empowers me just as much as us putting it out into the universe for you all to see. It is support. I mean, when you surround yourselves with support, it helps. Many of you know I went into a drug rehab. When I got out, I went to NA and AA. It is, it's a support group. You're changing your environment. So, if you're looking to lose weight and you can't go to a gym, maybe get a buddy, or talk to somebody on the phone that you're going to be exercising with, or instead of go to Sports Authority once a week, to get yourself surrounded by that.
I want to start a CA Coffee Anonymous, for all the people that are
I'm not joining. I'm not joining.
I need my coffee.
I'm not giving this one up. The joke with me, though, here is that I actually like the coffee creamer more than the coffee. So look how light it is.
Yes. Yes. I think, though, what we're saying and what we're talking about is, in order to make a change, in order to change anything that's important to us, in order to ascend on our path, in order to grow, we need to change our thoughts, change our habits, and that starts with us calming ourselves and putting ourselves in a meditative state. And I say this as a blanket statement, but really what I say and what I share are only things that have worked with me in the past. And I can only speak for myself. But yes, if I want to make a big change in my life, and I know that it's going to be, I'm going to make the commitment. Making a commitment is a big deal. The word commitment is a big deal.
But again, it's tied to belief. So I really believe it. that it is actually tied to that, because if you start to work with your thoughts to kind of get them out of there and question them, because again, they're just thoughts. One pops in, one pops out, and then go a little bit deeper and go, is that true? And then look at how it's tied into the belief, because our thoughts actually program us to believe something, but it's not necessarily true. So you can look at the belief of, I weigh X and I want to lose 100 pounds, and it is going to be so hard for me to do that. That's a belief that it's going to be hard for you to do that. Is it true?
It depends on the commitment that we're making. What we're talking about
and your
right
thoughts.
now.
Because I could very easily change my thoughts and go, I'm going to lose 100 pounds, and this is going to be really easy for me to do. What's
you
the
lose
difference?
100 pounds, and I got to find a new way okay?
No, but I mean, seriously, what's the difference?
Our thoughts. The difference is the perception that we have of our reality and of...
So putting these things in place like you're talking about to help us with our thoughts, to get us disciplined, to make the commitment to...
Is we get there in the first step, or one of the first steps is to meditate and to see it and to believe it, because when we meditate, we're putting that belief into our thoughts and into our mind and into our reality, and pushing the others out. And it's allowing us to be able to do that. So meditation, stilling our mind, is such an important practice on a spiritual path. One of the tools that we have right now is this program that Deepak and Oprah are involved with.
Deepak Chopra!
And we highly, highly recommend you do it. It is absolutely free. It costs nothing. Go to our website and go to blog, and you'll see it under there. Hopefully you got some information out of this and something that you're able to use. Please do go to our website. It's listed right at the bottom of the screen, www.amazinguniversetv.com, and become part of the community. Give us your thoughts.
Make a commitment with us. I mean, we just put out there over these last couple weeks that we're making commitments. We're looking at, the meditation, we're looking at the smoking, we're looking at the exercising. So we can always use the support too.
Absolutely.
We would appreciate you.
Be part of the community and come to the website. And until next week, we hope you learned something. And remember, there's always a positive side